Hello. Hi. I'm a mother of a toddler, a Fulbright student, and a language teacher. Just like any of you, I use social media. And I use it to connect to my friends and my family, but I also use it to update information. As we know that social media is the source of information, right? People share a lot of posts through social media, especially Facebook. So every day, I read a lot of posts that popping up on my newsfeed. Unfortunately, some of them, they're provoking. So some of the posts that I found, they try to discriminate a certain group of people, be it a cultural group, a religious group, or a tribal group. What they want is just to make this particular group look bad. Okay, so they would do anything to convince the readers that this group is just bad. Sometimes what they do is funny, amusing to me. So I'm curious and read through and laugh at it. And I read the comments, what people say about that information. Shockingly, there are some people who just take the information for granted. They just believe it. And sadly, most of them are younger generation. So they talk bad things about this group and they share the post and talk even worse things about them. This is concerning to me because I'm sure it doesn't stop there. They're gonna take that information out of the virtual life into their real life and then start shaping their stereotype on that particular group and then spread hate to people around them, right? So as a mother, I don't want my son to be one of them because they would turn into extremists and we don't want it, right? I'm sure that I'm not the only mother who doesn't want this happen to their children. That's why I start trying to think, what's really going on here? As I ponder, I think the main problem is that because these people are not used to differences. So they're not exposed to differences, okay? And they just believe what they get because they don't know anything else beside the source that they get from their social media. And they just believe it, okay? So I try to relate this issue with my experience as a Fulbright student. As you know that we have a lot of opportunities to meet people from different countries with different cultures, different religions, different tribes, and knowing them, learning about them, have changed the way I used to see them. Additionally, I also have something like being skeptical to post when I read a post trying to make a certain group that I know of to look bad, and then I start thinking, well, it's not really like that. You know, I have that kind of ability. So at this point, I understand why William J. Fulbright believed that one of the ways to promote world peace is by building mutual understanding among countries. So knowing each other's cultures and then aware that we are different. And I think this piece of information is the important thing that the younger generation need to have. So as a language teacher, I'm aware that language and culture are inseparable. So I'm thinking language teachers should do something beyond teaching the students language or linguistic knowledge we call, like grammar, vocabulary. So language teachers need to see language teaching as teaching both linguistic knowledge and competence as well as intercultural knowledge and competence. Okay? So this thing is crucial for our younger generation. However, we are not really supported by our textbooks. I mean, in the English as a foreign language setting, we don't have a lot of textbooks that are really cultural based. I'm not saying that they're bad, they're just less cultural, that's what I'm saying. So I'm looking around me and I'm thinking about what I can use to fill in this gap. And then we are lucky that we live in this digital era, then maybe we can use technology. But how? Okay, so teachers, we can use technology to select teaching materials. And then we can create them and share them. We share not only the language knowledge, but also the intercultural knowledge. Okay. This mission sounds very ambitious, right? But in 2014, we tried to realize this mission. So my colleague, Zui Zhou from China, and me, we created a project that we called New Media Teaching Plans. Teaching plans is basically lesson plans. So in this project, we created sets of lesson plans with cultural-based topics, and we created and select some teaching materials, basically. So in this opportunity, you're going to see what we have in this project. As the first theme, we have English accents. Our aims are to build our learners' awareness of English accent differences and to build our learners' awareness of the communication breakdown potential that can be caused by accent differences. And what we have, first one, we have word clouds to introduce the vocabulary related to English accents. And then we have PowerPoint cartoon to introduce how different regions will have different varieties of Englishes. And we connect our webpage to a YouTube video. In this video, one woman telling her story about the communication breakdown that she faced because of the varieties of English. Additionally, we give another example of a communication breakdown caused by different English accent. And we voice over these two cartoons or avatars. Okay, this is the first one. And the second one, the second theme is holidays. And our aims is to enhance our learners' intercultural awareness and communication skills in the context of holidays celebrated in the United States and China and Indonesia. What we have, first, we created a crossword puzzle using hot potatoes just to introduce some vocabulary related to holidays. And then we start creating our own video. We interviewed some people from China and from Indonesia talking about their experience celebrating holidays in the United States. And next, we have a text that we change into a J-close or fill-in-the-blank quiz, basically. And in this text, we try to introduce the most common celebration in the United States, which is Thanksgiving, by asking the students to read and fill in the blanks. And to produce the language, we encourage our students to record their experience, their own experience on Google Voice and then spread it. Share what they have with their teacher and also their friends. Okay. That's the second one. And the third one, our latest one, is hijab. And our aim is to build learners' intercultural awareness and knowledge of hijab. Okay? So what we have, the first one is another PowerPoint cartoon to introduce the topic. And we have a text to see hijab from fashion point of view. And we have another video where we interviewed people from Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, and from the United States to share their knowledge of women wearing hijab and also their experience, how they are treated here. So basically, we give another opinion from what the media has exposed about us. And to produce the language, we encourage our students to write a blog using Blogger. And then, of course, share it with their friends. That's basically what we have in our project. And we created this project to become a model to encourage our colleagues, our fellow language teachers, to start teaching intercultural knowledge, not only linguistics knowledge. Because by doing this, we are helping our students to be aware that we are different. And eventually, they will have their own ability to filter information that they get. So as they can filter it, then they will less extremist, and they would be aware that, yes, we live in a different, with different people. And I hope in the future, like the younger generation, like my son's generation, will be ready to be a part of the society which and that this society is, of course, value differences, and this society will live together hand in hand, even though they're different, and as unity in diversity. Thank you.